Most powerful families in the world. Hey everyone, it's Alexa again. Welcome back to another video. They say blood is thicker than water, and in the case of some of the most powerful families in the world, it might be a case of money being thicker than water. These families not only have incredible bank balances, but they also have a major influence in the world's business, political, and current affairs. But before we get into today's video, make sure that you're subscribed and ring the bell so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. The Rothschild Family. This family has been one of the most influential families in the world, and for centuries they've accumulated immense wealth and had an enormous influence on the banking industry. The main reason behind this is it's the Rothschild family that founded the banking empire in the 18th century. The Rothschild Group operates in over 40 countries, and they own several groups like Glencore, Rio Tinto, and RIT Capital. Despite having a vast fortune, the family have never made it onto the Forbes list of wealthiest people in the world, and it's because their fortune has been distributed among the family. The Ferrero Family. With a net worth of $22.9 billion, the Ferrero family might just be everybody's favorite family, because, thanks to them, we have little morsels of heaven. Ferrero Rocher chocolates. They can thank chocolate and hard work for their vast fortune, which started in the 1940s when they created what we call Nutella today. The Lauder Family. Estee Lauder is one of the most well-known brands in the world, and the company has been going strong since 1947. Worth $24.3 billion, the company includes brands like MAC and Clinique, and generated a hefty $13.5 billion in revenue in 2018 alone. The family are active philanthropists and have donated $1 billion worth of artwork to the Met. The Hearst Family. Keeping it in the family comes easily to the Hearst family, who have a net worth of $24.5 billion. They own Hearst Corporation that was created by William Randolph Hearst in the late 1800s. It wasn't called Hearst Corporation, though. He took over the San Francisco Examiner and from there grew exponentially when he acquired other newspapers. He then broke into radio and TV as the times changed and technology progressed. Today, Hearst Corporation owns roughly 300 magazines, TV and radio stations, several newspapers, and has shares and stakes in a few cable TV channels. The Roche Family. Launched in 1896, the Roche family can be credited for the formation of the pharmaceutical company Roche Holding. Based in Basel, Switzerland, the descendants of founder Fritz Hoffmann LaRoche own 9% of the company. 2018 saw a turnover of $58 billion. This was the first company to mass-produce vitamin C. The Johnson Family. You'll recognize products like Pledge, Glade, and Windex, and they're all thanks to the Johnson family. They've been producing cleaning products since 1886, making it one of the oldest family-owned businesses in the U.S. Their family has a net worth of $28.2 billion, and H. Fisk Johnson is currently the fifth generation of Johnson family members running the company. The company currently employs 13,000 people, and their turnover in 2017 was $10.3 billion. The Thompson Family. This is officially the richest family in Canada, worth $30.9 billion. Their fortune is derived from financial data and services provider Thomson Reuters. They own 64% of the company, as well as a stake in Bell Canada and the Globe and Mail newspaper in Toronto. The Thomson Company was founded in 1934 by Roy Thomson, who was the publisher of the Timmins Daily Press in Ontario. He moved to Scotland after acquiring the Scotsman newspaper, and then later went to win the franchise for Scottish television. The Rousing Family. This wealthy family made their fortune from the development of Tetra Pak during the 1950s. Swedish-born Ruben Rousing bought a struggling packaging company that was producing packaging for dry goods. Rousing was determined to invent packaging that could store liquids like milk and juice. His dream grew, and today the family are worth $30.9 billion. Today, they control Tetra Laval, comprising of Tetra Pak, Sidel, and De Laval. The Lee family. This is one of the richest families in Asia, and they've amassed their family fortune by becoming the world's largest producer of smartphones. Lee Byung-chul opened a trading company in 1938 called Samsung, meaning 3 stars, and it's remained in the family ever since. In 2018, Samsung still held 20.9% of the market share. The family are worth $30.9 billion. The Pritzker Family. Hyatt Robert Von Den and Jack Dyer Crouch opened the first Hyatt House in 1954. It was a motel located close to LA International Airport. It was bought by J. Pritzker in 1957, and the hotel group just kept growing. Over time, the Hyatt hotel chain came into being, successfully run by A.N. Pritzker and sons Jay, Donald, and Robert. It hasn't been smooth sailing for the family, with many arguments and family feuds having taken place over the years. There's roughly $33.5 billion between the 13 family members. The Cox Family. There are 55,000 people working for Cox Enterprises, a company that was founded by James M. Cox in 1898. The family's subsidiaries include Cox Communications, Cox Automotive, and Cox Media Group. They own newspapers, radio stations, and their industries include cable and broadband. They have yearly revenues of around $21 billion. Forbes wrote an article about this family-run company called "This Billionaire Knows the Secret to Saving a Family Business." The Koch Family. From Hong Kong, the Koch family are worth between $34 and $40 billion. The family owns Sun Hung Kai Properties, one of the biggest property developers in Hong Kong. It's run by brothers Thomas and Raymond Koch, and the third brother, Walter Koch, was ousted but has since died due to a stroke. The Dumas Family. Hermès is a French fashion house that was established in 1837, and they are behind the iconic Kelly and Birkin handbags. The family have a combined wealth of between $36 and $49 billion. Thierry Hermès established a harness workshop which served European noblemen. At some point in time, they were supplying the Tsar of Russia with saddles. It's been in the family ever since, and they have a line of signature scarves, ties, perfumes, and handbags. The Muhly Family. Groupe Auchan SA was founded by Gérard Muhly, who opened his first self-service shop in 1961. It's considered the Walmart of France and is one of the biggest supermarket chains in Europe. The holding company also owns Leroy Merlin and Decathlon, and the family have a net value of $37.5 billion. The Albrecht family. Like Auchan is considered the Walmart of France, Aldi is classified as the Walmart of Germany. The family are worth $38.8 billion, and they can thank brothers Theo and Karl Albrecht for their massive fortune. They have over 10,000 stores between their two branches, Aldi Nord and Aldi Sud. Aldi had humble beginnings and was a simple grocery store that the brothers transformed after World War II. The Boehringer and von Baumbach family. Boehringer Ingelheim has been a family-run business for over 130 years, and today they have a staff contingency of 50,000 employees. This German pharmaceutical company is one of the largest in the world, and they focus on respiratory diseases, metabolism, immunology, oncology, and diseases of the central nervous system. It began in 1885 when Albert Boehringer bought a small tartar factory. The Wertheimer family. The name may not ring a bell, but Chanel certainly will. They're known for their iconic LBD, or Little Black Dress, and No. 5 perfume. Brothers Alan and Gerhard Wertheimer co-own the company today. It was their grandfather who co-founded the House of Chanel. The family sit on a fortune of $42 billion. The Quant family. Herbert Werner Quant is credited with having saved the BMW. Hard to believe that they were almost bankrupt and he saved them from going under. They currently have around $42.7 billion spread across their family. The family keep their affairs very private and shy away from public interviews. Mukesh and Anil Ambani. Reliance Industries is an Asian company that was established in 1957. Today, it's one of the biggest corporations in the world. The current CEO is Mukesh Ambani, and along with his brother Anil, has a net worth of between $50 and $60 billion. The eldest son of Anil is the executive director of Reliance Capital. Carlos Slim Helú and his family. Said to be the richest man in Mexico, Carlos Slim Helú and his family control American Mobile. This is the largest telecom firm in Latin America. As a child, his father would give him 5 pesos allowance every week and make him keep a record of his income and expenditure. His family are all heavily involved in the business, and his son-in-law designed the Sumaya Museum in Mexico City. The Arnault Family. They have an estimated wealth of between $72 billion and $83 billion, and that's because Bernard Arnault is the chairman and chief executive of LVMH Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton SE, also known as LVMH. The label includes other brands like Christian Dior, Fendi, Dom Perignon, and Sephora. When he was young, Bernard joined his father in construction. During the 80s, he founded LVMH, and today, 4 out of his 5 children work with him. The Mars Family. This is a great business to keep in the family, especially when it's worth $87 to $90 billion. They're responsible for making the iconic Mars bar, but are now better known for making M&Ms. They have recently added a pet care company to their listings and bought VAC in 2017 for $7.7 billion. Frank Mars founded the company, and his grandchildren and great-grandchildren are all involved in the running of the company today. The Koch Family. Charles and David Koch can thank their father for their immense fortunes. They're worth around $99 to $120 billion, and the wealth was amassed through an oil business. Today, Koch Industries is the second largest privately owned company in the U.S. There are 4 brothers, but only 2 are still involved in the business. The brothers are more known for their interest in political activities and Republican Party causes. The Walton Family. By far the wealthiest family on our list today is the Walton Family, who are worth in the region of $175 billion. They are the richest family in America and own 50.8% of Waltons. Sam Walton founded the business in 1962, and today it's the world's largest company. They have 12,000 stores around the world and 5,355 in the U.S. alone. If you had the opportunity to be adopted by one of these powerful families, which would you choose and why? Let us know in the comments below. 1. The Rockefeller Family. One of the richest and most powerful families in America is the Rockefeller family, who amassed their vast fortune through oil back in the 19th century. John D. Rockefeller, the founder of the dynasty, had assets that totaled 1.5% of the United States' economic production. Their grip and monopoly over the oil industry led to the creation of the antitrust law to break up the monopoly of the business. Early wealth for the Rockefellers was strongly connected to Cornelius Vanderbilt.